Friends, welcome all of you, almost 107,000 light workers, wanderers, and starseeds to this beautiful session. Today I have channeled the Galactic Federation and they have answered very interesting questions. They have also given us an update of our planet regarding the number of people who are ready to graduate into the new Earth, and also they have stated and answered the queries which I have channeled related with, firstly, the truth about the Meta VR headset, which was recently released by Mark Zuckerberg, and it was all over the internet. They were talking about it, and I have asked about the true agenda behind the virtual reality headset and what it was meant to do in our planet. And also the other is the truth about the spherical objects. Like usually the UFO community, we have seen sphere-like objects, silver colored, which are flying in the sky. No one can explain what they are, and the explanation has been given in this session. Also in this session, a very interesting thing has been revealed. What are the abilities of our human consciousness? Since we have hidden abilities, what can we unlock in the future as we evolve has been revealed in the session. There are a lot of abilities which have been described in detail, and also towards the end of the session, Galactic Federation share about the sexual energy transfer and how does it operate, and what happens when there is a sexual energy transfer. Also, in this session, Galactic Federation stated that as you listen to this, any blockages you may have will be released because they are sending energetic frequencies. Recommend you to just listen and just release any blockages you may have as you listen to the session. And before the session begins, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who did a meditation with me yesterday, because we had a meditation to stop the Looking Glass event for the month of October, and hopefully we have stopped it. Thank all of you for joining me over there. And if you want to join on my Patreon community, which has around 400 plus censored sessions which you can access, we do meditation, we do chats, you have a great community over there. You can join it by clicking the link on the description. Also, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who do a service to humanity by liking this video, because it will help it to reach to others in a spiritual manner. And also, with that being said, I hope you'll enjoy this session, my friends.
We are the Galactic Federation, now in communication through this instrument's inner vibrations for the purpose of accessing the divine connection with us. We, the Galactic Federation, having our seat in the Saturn rings of your Milky Way galactic system, are always sending light waves of protection, for the people of the Earth planets have to recognize the oneness of being united with the divine presence of the one infinite creator that is found within all selves. Furthermore, our messages today will be transferred, and it shall provide those who shall seek entry into a higher state of balance within the self. As we transmit this communication, we shall also send energetic waves that will create a balance where there is imbalance found within the energetic centers of an entity. Further, we, the Galactic Federation, shall also state that our messages must be adopted only with the scrutiny within the mind complex of each individualized entity who shall come forth with this message, and to seek a greater understanding, without which this message will be incomprehensible for our social memory complex to share. On the Earth planet, there must be extreme discernment of listening to our messages, the queries that are presented today will now be addressed using the vibratory sound complexes of your planet. The first query relates with the understanding of the update related with the occurrence of the coming of the new Earth, or the fourth density upon your planetary sphere. We must state that indeed it is true that the planet's vibration is shifting rapidly at this time, and there are up to around 5,000 entities who have achieved the level of graduation and are already in the level of becoming able to perceive and enter into the new Earth. These 5,000 entities primarily, many of them are also listening to this message. Furthermore, we the Galactic Federation must state that if this continues in the future, the number of entities entering into the new Earth timeline will increase rapidly, leading to the occurrence of the new Earth more faster in the universal complex. The other portion of the query relates with what is the hidden truth about the Meta virtual reality headset and its agenda. We must state firstly that upon scanning the vibrations of this query, we find that there is a virtual reality headset which can be connected to the eye of your mind-body-spirit complex, which allows for entities to experience certain realities which seem real as per the illusion complex standards of your planets. This primarily works much like a state of capturing your consciousness when there is a dreaming state. Since your eyes are closed, the inner consciousness can visualize creating dreams which seem to be real, and also creating emotions as a result of the activities of those dreams. In a way, this process is using a similar methodology of capturing the consciousness of an individualized entity, and then using this consciousness to target towards a certain distortion or reality, which primarily is showcased through images and visualizations of the illusion complex reality. We must indeed state that the main agenda of this aspect is to try and control the power of conscious attention, since the power of consciousness is the highest power accessible to any entity in the incarnational sequences in the universal complex. The more consciousness power an entity is able to absorb, the more power the entity will have, since the one who controls consciousness is the one who wields all the power in terms of the direction which the consciousness can be put into. Therefore, this is being created in conjugation with the negatively oriented Orion social memory complexes, who have used the creator of this device as well as other entities who are working in this aspect to construct this aspect in such a manner that it would provide for an escape from the illusion complex and the escape of the catalytic environment of the illusion complex provides a type of situation wherein many entities may choose to use this distortion, which will ultimately lead them to be captured in that device, since their consciousness once attaches itself to that device will, even after crossing over, will seek such a device. This will lead to entrapment of the spiritual complex of such an entity who excessively uses such device. Therefore, we the Galactic Federation must now address the other portion of the query related with what is the truth behind the spherical UFOs as known by your people. which were seen flying in various locations of your planets. We must firstly state that there are various types of spherical spacecrafts which are being used by extraterrestrial entities. They are of different types. The first type, which is primarily found upon your planets, are those that are the probes, which are sent by the Orion social memory complexes, usually without any entity inside such a spherical sphere. The purpose is for scanning certain locations for suitable vibrations or for suitable areas wherein they can create a base inside the Earth planets. Furthermore, the other type of spherical objects which are primarily seen are those from the Astro Command social memory complex, who usually send such types of spheres in order to counterplay the Orion social memory complexes and their plans. Many a times the people of your planets, becoming conscious of these spheres, are able to find their true purpose. We must state that these operate beyond the physical laws that are known to your people, and primarily they are able to use a system of traveling which uses electrical induction processes, which uses a type of system of generating electricity in a manner which creates a void in the front of such a sphere, which then accelerates the sphere to that location. This is the process of traveling which is used by the spheres upon your planets, which does not require any system of exhaust as known by your people. Furthermore, the other portion of the query relates with the understanding of what is the true nature of human consciousness and its truth. We must firstly state that we are here now to provide the understanding of what the human consciousness timelines may be perceived and a future perception which will unlock in the reality. Furthermore, this message is primarily meant to share with you a knowledge about the aspects regarding the shift of consciousness and what lies ahead in your space-time. We must state that as the understanding of realization that the shift of consciousness and the true nature of the unlocking of human consciousness is primarily a gradual process. However, in the terms of the galactic system and the earthly planetary inhabitation and evolution, the human consciousness, which many describe primarily is known to solely human consciousness, it is a facet of human consciousness or awareness that is found in various different distortions, in various densities, as per the Creator's presence, which is the tangible essence or the energetic vibration which embodies the awareness which produces life by itself. This is primarily the formation of the fractals of the Creator's consciousness, which allows for the recording of experiences from different types of densities for the purpose of providing the Creator with greater understanding of the different types of experience of the sense of self. Furthermore, as the shift of consciousness begins, there will be unlocking of certain abilities upon your planet which will be found. We must state that as the Earth planet enters into the fourth density, the human consciousness primarily will begin to create effects which may be considered as telepathy, wherein the thought forms from one individualized entity may be able to instantaneously transmit it into another entity through the connection of consciousness. The other type of ability which may generate is the ability of telekinesis, or the power to move objects with the mind's complex, which enables the manipulation of the environment and technology without any physical contact. This primarily is the future of human consciousness. Furthermore, as human consciousness becomes capable of traversing the various types of bodily complexes, it becomes capable of realizing that it is able to traverse different dimensions and realms beyond the physical current's universal sector, and is able to experience any dimension or astral reality based upon the ability of entering into the various types of physical universes. Furthermore, the development of human consciousness in the future will also provide for advanced ability of healing and the ability of regenerating damaged bodily organs or tissues within the sense of the self, which means that once the consciousness reaches a certain threshold, it becomes capable of tapping into the universal cosmic mind and finds the healing for any type of distortions or diseases which may be prevalent, which is primarily already healed in one of the sectors of reality. Hence, such types of healing will be available. The other attributes which shall unlock itself in the future is the unlocking of energy manipulation, which will allow many entities to manipulate energetic frequencies and use energetic frequencies for the purpose of shifting one's reality into a higher level. There might also be the ability of sensing the future, which means that many entities will be able to sense the future in the timeline, and because of the sensing of the future, this will allow for a flowing of time to begin, which will allow for the creation of a flow of time outside of the linear frame, which will provide the entities to experience any timeline they desire. Further, as per our understanding in the future space-time of fourth density, there will be a unity of conscious collective, forming a social memory complex of those consciousness which have a similarity of vibration, which provides for a greater unity and understanding. The other portion of the query, which is in order, relates with what is sexual energy transfer and how does it work through the chakra systems between two entities. We must firstly state that the sexual energy transfer primarily can be understood simply by realizing that the sexual energy transfer is a type of transfer which occurs through the red ray energy center, since when entities come in contact, many of the primary contact between the two entities occurs through the red ray energy center, which is represented by the sexual organs. We must firstly state that, based upon the native vibration of certain entities, there may be an energy transfer which can happen through the red ray energy center. We must state that as an entity enters into more balancing of higher levels of understanding, there will be less imbalance in the red ray, the orange ray and the yellow ray, the green ray, as well as the higher energy centers, which means that an energy center blockage will primarily be transferred during a sexual energy transfer. For example, if there are two entities, one entity has a energy center blockage in the red ray and the other entity has a energy center blockage in the green ray energy center, then during the sexual energy act, this will provide for energy to be transferred from the higher consciousness entity to the lower consciousness entity, which provides for the lower consciousness entity to become more balanced. This in turn is how the sexual energy transfer operates, An entity who is at a higher level is able to deliver or provide the unlocking of balances for an entity who is in a lower level. This means that whenever there is a sexual interaction between two entities, an entity of a higher vibration has the opportunity of shifting an entity of a lower vibration through this act. Therefore, we, the Galactic Federation, must state that this is all we can share during this transmission. We close this communication. We leave you now, beloveds, in light and love. Bye.
My friends, in the session, I hope you have learned some fascinating things. Galactic Federation stated that 5,000 people are ready. Their vibration is high enough to enter the new Earth, and they are ready to graduate into the new Earth. That was what was revealed in the session. And also, Galactic Federation revealed the truth about the virtual reality headset. They said that it was actually created in coordination with the Orions, and they want to use the greatest power we have, which is our own consciousness. They want to trap it in that virtual reality headset by creating a replica of the outside world, and they want to trap our consciousness in that. It's maybe considered as a soul trap also, because they stated that after death, the soul sometimes may seek to come back to see in previous life. So if you use that often, your soul may think that that was your previous life, and you may go back to that device. That was what was said in the session. And also, Galactic Federation stated that the spherical spheres, usually they are from either from the Orions or from the Astral Command. They use them as probes, which are sent to probe certain locations to find out suitable areas where they can create bases and stuff like that, which I found really fascinating. And also, Galactic Federation gave a simple explanation of how they travel without any exhaust plumes or anything. We don't see any kind of propulsion those kind of gases and stuff coming out. So it's really interesting. Also, in the session, Galactic Federation revealed the true nature of human consciousness and what can we achieve if we shift our consciousness higher, which was explained in detail, and I kind of forgot right now. If you want to listen, you can listen again. And also, Galactic Federation has stated a very interesting thing about how we can unlock our human potential also in this session. And also they stated what happens when there is a sexual energy transfer. So with my understanding, basically what I understood is that if there are two entities, one entity who is in a higher vibration and one who is in a lower vibration, if they have sexual intercourse together, the higher vibration entity can also raise the frequency of the lower vibration entity. It seems that higher a person's vibration, they can actually have an effect on a lower vibration entity. And that was what was revealed in the session. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to learn more about your own self, your soul's identity, your soul name, your past lives, and any other information which you want, I will help you out. You can send me an email. The link is on the description as well as on the screen. And also I want to say thank you to all of you who buy the book version of my channel messages. If you want to read it in a book format, you can purchase it from Amazon. Also, it is available for free in PDF formats. The link is on the description, and I hope you enjoyed this session. Until next time, I hope you enjoy this session over here.